Hi there. In this video, I'm going to give you a great alternative to upgrading your stereo sound system so that you can include your 7-inch tablet. What I have is a 7-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0 is what I use. I also have a non-glare or anti-glare matte finish screen protector on there, which is going to be invaluable when it comes to reflection in your vehicle. So definitely get one of those for your particular device. I also upgraded my stereo system to a JVC r900bt, that's Bluetooth, and I also have a Xenomix made by Caseology 7 to 8 inch tablet dashboard mount. I will leave the links to everything I go through here on the video down below in the description, just so you have that information. Now this Xenomix tablet mount looks very nice with my interior, same kind of smooth lines. It also has a soft touch, almost rubberized matte finish on here so that it's not going to glare in the windshield and cause a distraction. It won't fit anything more than maybe an 8-inch tablet in there. For safety reasons, you don't want more than an 8-inch tablet in the front of your vehicle anyway. So reason why I decided to go with this after a lot of research is because, first of all, if you get a video head unit or a multimedia head unit, whether it detaches or not, it's going to be a target for theft. Okay, if you get something as simple as this, it's not going to be so flashy, not going to be so attractive to would-be thieves. Also, it has all of the features that I could possibly want, and then some, in this head unit. Whereas I can use this as my video. I can I can watch movies. I can get navigation. I can be on the internet. I can do whatever I need to do on this, with the exception of a backup camera, which eventually I'm going to have integrated into an aftermarket rear view mirror, but that'll be another video for another time. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the Xenomix tablet mount. It's very solid, not going anywhere. I got an aftermarket Samsung pin connector here with a USB, so it does charge while I'm driving. And I plug that into a 3.1 amp dual USB adapter that goes into the cigarette lighter or 12-volt plug of your vehicle. That way it doesn't slowly discharge something as power hungry as your tablet. It actually does charge the tablet while you're driving. Anything lower than 3.1 amps is probably going to discharge your battery very slowly. So go with that. This does have a great battery life on it, though. You don't need to have it plugged into a power source, but I do just in case. So what I have here, I have No Wallpaper. It's an app called No Wallpaper. It's in your live wallpapers once it's downloaded, and that allows the apps to really, the app buttons to really pop at you. It doesn't have some distracting wallpaper background on here. And I have some really great apps that I like to use on it. As my music player, I don't use the onboard music player. I use Google Play Music. Definitely look that up. It's worthwhile. I have it on my phone, on this device, and on my computer. And the library is always updated with my music whenever they're uploaded to the cloud, to all my devices. I also use Google Maps, but you can also use Waze, W-A-Z-E. A lot of people use that. A couple other videos that go over kind of a setup like this talk about Waze. I can use Skype, because when I take a call on Skype, I can use my front-facing camera or my rear-facing camera to show, the caller what's going on. Dash command I haven't set up, but in another video he explains how that works with a separately purchased OBD2 sensor that plugs in under the dashboard, and Bluetooth transmits all of your diagnostic information from your vehicle, your odometer, speedometer, RPMs, and a lot more. But I don't have that set up yet. Tasker is also a great app that allows you to plug in some protocols when the tablet's plugged in, certain times of day, certain GPS locations. It really makes your tablet or phone into an extremely smart device like it should be. MX player I use as my video player because it really reads any kind of file type. So versus some onboard apps that you might get as bloatware on your device. What I did here is I paired my tablet, and my Bluetooth profile on my tablet is just for media streaming only. Okay, that's music, you know, your maps, etc., etc. And phone calls from my Verizon, Motorola, RAZR Maxx. Okay, and this supports up to 2 Bluetooth profiles. It'll show once they're paired on the screen, a little musical note and a number 1, and a little phone receiver and a number 2. That means these are both connected, and they're really not conflicting with each other because I have them set up to 2 different profiles on my phone and my tablet, if that makes any sense. If you need help with that, I'll let you know. Okay, so we're paired up right here. I have not had any problems with Bluetooth with this this stereo head unit. A few features that I'll go over, and of course if you want any more in-depth information on this head unit, you'll probably want to go to other YouTube videos that go into those details. But for the sake of getting through this video rather quickly, I'll just go over a few things that I really liked. During the daytime, or you can set up in the settings a daytime and a nighttime setting for colors and for brightness. So this is my daytime setup, nice and bright red buttons to match the interior lights of my vehicle, and sort of an icy whitish blue LCD screen, so it really pops that nice contrast that I'll need with this glossy black screen here. This glossy screen can be really reflective if you don't have dark window tint in your vehicle. I happen to, so it's not a big deal. But you could probably get a matte finish screen protector for a tablet and an X-Acto knife and very carefully cut it to the dimensions of this glossy screen. I would have liked to see JVC use up more of this black real estate with more LCD screen. I also would have liked to see a rubberized finish around the outside of this volume knob, because that is rather slick. And the source button, even at its dimmest, is still relatively bright, and I don't really like that. This is the source and power button is right here. So when I turn on my headlights, I'll turn it into my nighttime mode. Everything dims, and the LCD screen turns to the red that the car interior lights show. See what I mean? I really like that because eyes adjust better in the dark to red light or a nice amber orange light rather than a bright blue or a bright white color. So the first thing I'm going to kind of go over here are the sources, and what I did before I had this installed with the Geek Squad installation at Best Buy, which guarantees the installation for life, and if you happen to sell your car and you want to take the head unit with you and reinstall the stereo that came with the car, they will do that for free. Get some light in here for you. Now, I will show you some of the sources that you can go through. What I was saying here, when I had it installed, I had already purchased, through the internet, I'd already purchased a trim double DIN piece for my particular model car, which is a 2009 Suzuki SX4 crossover. It's the hatchback. I got the brand Scotch over Metra. Metra is another brand. I went with Scotch because it already had the nice smooth matte black finish, which matched the rest of my interior, whereas the Metra version was almost like it was less, it wasn't as good a quality, and you'd have to sand it down and you'd have to spray paint it a matte black, and that was just too much trouble. So I went with this, and I also purchased the wiring harness for my particular car for the stereo head unit, and an adapter for my existing steering wheel controls. Okay, and that is separate. If they're going to install it at Best Buy, they will charge you extra if you have an adapter for your steering wheel controls, just so you know. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is your FM here. I can control the volume from my steering wheel or here. This is also, if you press straight into the volume knob, that serves as your enter, your pause, or your mute button. Okay, I'm going to go into the other modes. There's AM, I'm not going to do that. CD, not a lot of people use CDs, but let's say you're into audiobooks on disc. You can set that up and your equalizer profile to only be vocal for talking purposes. And every time you set up an EQ profile for each source, AM, FM, iPod, Bluetooth, it will remember that. So when I later go to listen to an audio book on CD, for instance, it will go automatically to the vocal equalizer or flat equalizer profile. That's pretty nice. There's a display button right here that'll allow you to see either more information on the screen or less information in bigger font on the screen. That would be completely up to you. The buttons on here, which are menu, the back button, up, down, left, right, the phone equalizer, and your stereo presets right there. We also have an an auxiliary 3.5mm jack port here, a front-facing USB port, where I have decided to put my included micro Bluetooth USB dongle. That came with the stereo head unit, and from behind there's a cable that has a female USB port on it, which I had run into my glove compartment where I have my iPod attached at all times. It can be iPod or an MP3 player, but I use an iPod for that. And I can control my iPod right here on this device or my steering wheel. You can change the settings that if you want to plug in your iPod on the front-facing port instead, then, you put the Bluetooth in the glove compartment or tucked behind the stereo forever. You can set it up in the settings so that you can utilize the iPod's controls on the iPod only. So there's that. So it's a two-way sort of thing. It's pretty nice. I'm going to move on to Bluetooth right here. What's playing right now is my Google Play Music. I can pause it from my tablet. I can pause it from here or my steering wheel controls. I'm muting it right now. But let's go to the next track. Now this is all Bluetooth. This is being transmitted. There's really no lag whatsoever in the controls. Alright. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. Now let's say I'm playing music right now, but I'm driving and I want to get navigation to someplace.
Head north on Baywater Drive toward Chancery Drive, then turn left onto Chancery Drive.
The music automatically dims, so the turn-by-turn voice directions can come over the stereo speakers, and then the music comes back at regular volume. I'm going to exit out of the navigation. And go ahead and stop my music. You can use any onboard music player that you choose. I just happen to use Google Play Music for a lot of reasons. Go look it up. While I'm in the Bluetooth profile, I'll show you this. I'm going to pull up my MX player. And, I'm going to start a movie. And you'll hear it over the stereo speakers. Beautiful, rich stereo sound coming from the Bluetooth.
Wow.
No, I see it. It's beautiful.
So, Coral, when you said you wanted an ocean view, you didn't think you were going to get the whole ocean, did you? Huh?
In HD quality, depending on the quality of your screen on your
The fish
tablet.
can breathe out here. Did your man deliver? Or did
I'm
he
going to
deliver?
pause that. Okay, but you get the idea that you can watch movies here without any major fuss, and that's another really nice thing about using your tablet in here instead of a multimedia head unit. Okay, when you're done with your day, or you want to get it out of sight so you're not a target for theft, or you don't want it exposed to the heat or the elements, all you really have to do is just unplug it, take it out of its holster, and slip it in, like a neoprene sleeve like I do. This was $1 at the Dollar Tree, nothing. It was great. But what I recommend on using how you use your tablet with your stereo device here, for movies in particular, because after a couple of minutes on Bluetooth with movies, the lips and the sound are a little out of sync. So I use this. This is really cheap. It's like cheap as chips on eBay. And it comes with a couple of them, a little right angle and a straight 3.5 millimeter jack adapter, retractable. And I just plug that into the headphone port on here and into the aux port here, and you won't have any delay whatsoever for the entirety of the movie. So let's say you're sitting on a really nice outlook. You've got the city lights in front of you, and you've got your loved one sitting next to you, or your kids, and you can watch a movie right in the car. It's really nice for that feature. Okay, so moving on, one more source here is the iPod that's plugged in. It will read it. Sorry. Control the iPod from the buttons on the head unit or your steering wheel controls if you have them. Pause it by pressing directly into the center button of the volume control. I've gone through all the sources. I've explained a lot of the features that I really like about this head unit, and there's a few more things that you can do with it. You can upgrade it to if you purchase a separate adapter and purchase I don't know if it's a subscription sort of thing, but you can do HD radio with this, and you can also do like Sirius XM satellite radio if you got the adapter for it. But I didn't really need those as of right now. This has everything I need, and I can actually grow into it. I can upgrade my tablet if I ever wanted to in the future, and it's not going to be a hassle upgrading the stereo head unit, because I won't need to do that anytime soon. Plus, like I said, I can take this with me. It's mobile. I can use it. It's a tablet, for crying out loud. If you have a head unit that you can detach, one of the rare head units you can detach, the face plates, what are you going to do with that? You're going to throw it in your glove compartment, not use it. You're going to throw it in your purse or your satchel and not use it. It just makes a lot more sense to have something as portable as a tablet and still be able to use it with your stereo system if you need to, or just entertainment in general. So I highly recommend that for that purpose. The last thing I want to show you is the phone capability, phone Bluetooth. Now what comes in the package of this stereo also is an external corded mic, and it's run behind and up the headliner, and it attaches to the headliner, and it's aiming toward me right now. I'm going to make a phone call, and I'm going to have the person make a phone call back. All right. I'm actually going to call my dad. Let's try that. Okay. It doesn't matter what mode that you're in, on the source here. I'm on iPod right now. So I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. I'm going to make my phone call.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can you give me a call back, please?
Okay, you're hanging around in the car outside, aren't you?
Yep. Please call me back.
All right, bye.
Bye. He's done this one other time, and so he's getting a little tired of it already. So the music's going to come back on automatically. I'm going to put the phone down out of view. And I've set it up to when a phone call comes in, it will ring and the colors will be blue on here that indicate that a phone call is coming in. As you can see, it's blue. To answer that call, all I need to do is press the volume button. Okay, thanks. I sound okay still?
Yeah, it does.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
So once he hangs up, it'll automatically come back onto the music. We're on iPod, so it's reading it right now. And to make a phone call without picking up my phone at all, I just press the little phone icon button, and dialed calls, received calls, you know, you can scroll through it. But let's say I want to call him back, and I press in on the volume button. Dad's cell is right here. I press it one more time and it'll make that phone call. So there you have it. I hope this is really helpful for you. When you're done with your tablet and you're done with your car, take it with you, slip it in your sleeve here, place it in the glove compartment out of view, take it with you, whatever you want to do. But, I mean, doesn't that make a whole lot of sense to you? And if you have any questions about the setup of my particular vehicle, if you have a Suzuki SX4, let me know. Other than that, I hope I provided you all the information that you need. I'll leave you the links once again underneath the video in the description for everything you need to know, equipment-wise. Ask me any questions you need. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day.